Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.
Hey guys, I know I haven't came to you in a very, very long time. And this is a Get Ready With Me, Faith Amina. I haven't posted on my YouTube in over a year. And it is it's long overdue that I came back, say hi. I want to say when I stopped posting, I had like maybe 300 subscribers. And in the year and months that I haven't posted, I'm like at 4 something now. So I'm really proud and happy for that. But I'm also like, you should be telling people why, where, how, what happened to you. I'm still alive. I'm still doing things. And we're going to get right into it. It's a Get Ready With Me. I am going to be doing my makeup. I am at no way a makeup artist, makeup guru. This is just the makeup that I do for myself. I hope you guys can't hear my laundry in the background, but if you can, sorry. Let's get right into it. I'm not going to really explain to you guys like what I'm going to do. If you like this makeup look, I guess comment down below at the end of this to let me know what if you like it. Maybe I'll share the things that I do, but it's kind of basic. So it's like an everyday makeup look, only I don't wear makeup every day. And so this is like my actual makeup look for when I do wear makeup. All right. So you might be asking, so first I'm getting ready because I'm about to go to Washington, D.C. to hang out with one of my friends. She's an artist and she has her work being showcased. So I'm going to go support her for her opening night. And I'm going to be doing a TikTok about it. So definitely stay tuned for that. And or go over to TikTok. Isn't that what people say? Go over to TikTok and look at my TikTok to see what it looked like, what I wore, all that good jazz. So yeah, where have I been? I have been working, and I know the last time we talked I was staging, and I don't want to say that I'm not staging anymore. I am staging, but like breaking into the staging industry in the middle of a pandemic was becoming frustrating, and I was not seeing a lot of results from it. And so I want to say, just to be completely transparent, it was disparaging. Like, I was doing advertising, I was doing videos, I was calling people, I was trying to get out there. I kept buying like home decor things. So I was spending money, but I wasn't making money. And it was just becoming annoying and disparaging, and I didn't want to do it. Too tough. Or, yeah, I didn't want to do it. But before that, actually, like, before it really hit the fan, I got into a car accident. And I got in a car accident, and I had just got a job as a stager at a staging company in Washington, D.C., and I live in Baltimore, Maryland, which is about 45 miles away from each other, and about an hour drive depending on traffic and all that. So basically, I got the job, got in a car accident, didn't have any transportation. I wasn't going to be on the metro public transportation, whatever you guys call it in your city. I wasn't going to be going to being on a metro trying to get to these staging places, also going to the actual staging warehouse, and like I couldn't transport furniture, I couldn't transport anything because I didn't really have a vehicle. I had to like rely on the other people, and I didn't know them and they didn't really know me. So why did I do this with a turtleneck on? Whatever. So yeah, they didn't know me, I didn't know them. I really didn't like the way the lady was running her business. I did not get into staging to work for somebody. I got into staging to work for myself. So it was becoming very like it was just like annoying because I didn't like how the lady was running her business, and it almost, I don't want to say I was jealous, let's be transparent. I think I was jealous. I was jealous because it's like, this is what I would want. And I could see the faults that she was doing. Like, she should have did this and she should have did that. And if this was my business, I would have done it like this. But it's not my business, so I can't do it like that. And so all that was happening. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, so like all that was happening. She also lived in another state, and I was still like getting myself together, bouncing back from the car accident. And I had to, like, it was very traumatizing, the car accident that I was in. Basically, a person was driving, they hit a pedestrian. The pedestrian died on the spot, and then they were running from that accident and T-bone. That's my washer. They basically T-boned my car, totaling it out. So I had no car. It was my very first car. I was sad. I was depressed. I did not really want to have to like financially buy a new car. I didn't want to do any of those things, but I kind of had to at this point because there was, I needed transportation. I had to get around, not even just for the job, but just like for my day-to-day living. My mom came up from Georgia to help me out, which was really great. I really loved it. I was happy for that time, but like I had just had to pay like $2,000 for my house, something with my mortgage, and then I had to buy a new car, and I had a trip I was supposed to be going to Miami. I had to shut that down because I just financially didn't have it, and yeah. So that happened. I became very sad, very depressed. The guy that I was talking to at the time was like trying to help me, but I think it was just not the right time or the right spot for us. Also, so like that was breaking down. I wanted to take that summer to do staging and not have to go back to education. Ended up going back to education because that was like what I had. So it was just like a lot happening, and I became more sad. I had to go physically back into work. So before I had like, Zoom calls, I could do my things that made me happy. I could be in my garden. I could do my DIY Mondays. I could make this house a home Mondays and do all my like little DIY projects. But that was coming to an end because schools were opening back up and we was going back in to the school. So it was just like a lot happening. And with all that being said and done, I became very depressed. Let's just call a spade a spade. I became very depressed. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't know how I was going to make extra money. Didn't want to keep working in DC. Traveling from Baltimore to DC every day was becoming a hassle. The kids coming out of the pandemic, they're kids, but they had been in the house for like almost 2 years at that point. So like sitting down was not something they was used to. Asking to leave the classroom was not something they was used to. So it was very much a struggle of like, I need you to sit down. I need you to listen. I need you to not walk out the room. I need you to da 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 constantly. And I love the kids. I just don't like the politics behind education. So that's another story for another video. So yeah, that was happening. I was becoming very depressed. I didn't want to go to work. I wasn't going to work, which was messing up my money even more. So like it was just a trickling down effect. And I was talking to my mom, and she's like, why don't you become like a notary? People always need notaries. Become a notary, and then you can become like a loan signing agent. And around this time I had just found out like what an actual loan signing agent was off of like TikTok and social media. And so I was like, okay, I'll try. So in the state of Maryland, you can become a notary fairly easy. At least when I was doing it, you could. And oh, my battery's dying. Okay, let's wrap this up. You can become a fairly easy like notary in Maryland, but to become a loan signing agent, which is like a big thing. If you don't know what it is, I'll do another video on that. But basically, I could close on houses and do refinances. And since I love real estate, I figured like, oh, this would be great because then I'll meet more people like real estate agents, and then I could like really make them my client. Right, that was the goal. But in Maryland, in order to do that, you also have to take it a step further and become TIPIC, which is a title producing agent. And that took a lot. Like, it took a lot of concentration. I was already depressed. I was sad. And so then I had to, like, on top of that, learn all these new things that are things you should know and need to know as a person who's doing those type of things, right? So with all that being said, I really like had to buckle down and get into my bag. I think we're at the end of 21 at this point, 2021. And we're going into 2022. 2021, my car got stolen. The new car that I just bought got stolen on Christmas Day after I had gotten COVID. And in the process of my car getting stolen, I realized I wasn't going to be making the trip to DC on the public transportation. That just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to be the thing for me. So I had to find a job closer to home in Baltimore. And I told myself I would never teach in Baltimore. Never. These kids are crazy. I've seen the news, blah, 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 blah. Definitely don't judge a book by its cover, because these kids are so sweet. I still want to get all the education, don't get me wrong, but the kids are sweet. And I think I really looked up at a really good school. Now, they do have their issues, but it's a cakewalk. Let me lean in closer and give you eye contact. It's a cakewalk compared to when I was in Washington, D.C. for the past 8 years. Cakewalk. All right, now that we got that over with, yeah. So I applied for a school, got the job, of course. I have great experience. I have all that good jazz. And I'm a notary, and I'm doing this job. Then my aunt dies. I went up to DC. Not DC. I went up to New York because my favorite cousin, mom, who's my aunt, passes away. And I'm just there to like support them. So through it all, we have a major car accident, we have finance issues, we have jobs changing, and all that good jazz that needs to be done. Or like I need to take care of. And I'm still trying to figure out, do I still want to like be a notary? So I finally do pass the test to become TIPIC, so now I can close on houses. But then the housing market starts dropping. Housing market starts to fall, so I now have to stay in education, and I think that pulls us up to 2022. Yeah, 2022. All right, so I'm basically almost done with my makeup. I told you guys this is nothing fancy dancy. It's very simple, which I love. So let me wrap up this where have I been. Let's get to the meat and bones. So that was the backstory. This is now. So basically now I still would like to do staging. Never not gonna not want to do that. Still want to do staging. But it's really just kind of like on a back burner. I will say that my notary and being TIPIC has taken off. So even though I haven't closed on a house, I have done a whole bunch of refinances, and I do believe that the market that we're going into, even though everybody's saying the housing market is closing, the housing market is crashing, it may be crashing, but people are still going to need like refinances, and they're still going to need to like get things notarized, like just general notary work in general, which has been really kicking it up a notch. So with that being said, I think not that I think, and well, no, I do think in 2022, I believe I made like maybe $5,000 just doing general notary work side, like notary work. So with that being said, I'm really focusing on my notary business because I know I have plans of what I want to do and things I want to, goals that I want to have set, and I'll have a whole video on like what goals I'm trying to achieve. Like I'm really trying to like kick it up a notch, especially with the social media thing and like content creation. And I will say you guys probably won't get those fancy edits from me or like which that's probably not gonna be me. But if you want like a good vlog, a good clothes, a good like me changing and becoming that woman, that lady that I have for myself, yeah, stick around for that. But if you want like the hipster stuff with the transitions and the oohs and ahs, that's not gonna be like my makeup. It's gonna be pretty simple but cute. So I'm really excited to show you guys like what I've been working on, what I'm moving into. And as of right now, I'm still in education, which I'm okay with because like I said, the school's not bad and my job is very easy. Very, very easy. Like I love it. Will I be, do I love it enough to be there next year? We'll figure it out. We'll find out. You'll find out with me. So yeah, I'm doing my notary business. I am certified LLC, so I'm excited about that. I got my business banking just the other day, so I'm going to be real legit with this and make this a real business because the goal is to build this business up, buy some property, and go from there, right? And then when I get my property, guess who's going to stage it? Me. And guess who's going to get paid? Guess who's my notary business is going to pay my staging business, and then that's just like circulating money. But yeah, we got a lot to do in 2023. I do need to sit down, and I basically have my goals already written out, but I want to do it quarter by quarter. I want to say so far we're not behind yet because just this year alone, today's December the 12th, I think we've made like $150 with no advertising. So for me, that's a pretty good deal. $150 with no advertising, not bad. Okay, guys. So basically, that's where I've been. That's what I'm doing. Definitely keep up with me on TikTok and Instagram. I'll have all that information down below. I'm going to be getting better at this recording, get back into the swing of things. Basically, this is the look. I have to go do my edges and then I'm out. If you want to see what I wear tonight, what I do tonight, and all that, make sure you check out my TikTok and Instagram. And hope you guys are okay with me coming back. See you guys in the next one. Love you from the bottom to the top.